Hello mga ka-Twilight! Ako po ang inyong friendly urologist na si Dr. Joseph Lee. Ilan sa inyong mga katanungan na ipinadala sa akin ay sasagutin ko na ngayon. Dahil dito sa aking channel, tanong nyo, sagot ko. Mula kay Introvert 0011. Connected din po ba ang nervous system yung pagiging overactive bladder? Yes! Oo. May kinalaman dyan yung parasympathetic and sympathetic, yung control, tsaka yung activation, no? But of course, overall yan kasi we have to look into the possibility na yung kamusta na ang function ng ating pantog, di ba? Minsan maliit ang pantog natin, yung sinasabi natin, pwede maging hypoactive, pwede rin maging hyperactive. But basically, your overactive bladder is definitely hyperactive bladder. In what reason? Andun yung symptoms na dapat natin tinitingnan, nocturia, frequency, and urge incontinence, no? So, anong dapat natin gawin para makasigurado tayo na overactive bladder siya? We can do urodynamic studies, look at the profile, look at the pressure of the bladder to the urethra. Kung meron discrepancy at meron may problema, then we can give medications. No? Madali lang naman, we can just give medications for that. Okay? Mula kay Nadine Olarte, hello po, Doc. Kapag may dugo po ang ihi at masakit ang tagiliran, ano po yung problema? Male po ang gender. Nako, kanino yan? Oh, spokesperson ka talaga. Now, the possibility is one, baka may stone, may UTI. Yun ang mga naiisip ko, no? So, tapos umiihi pa siya ng dugo. So, yun ang mga possibility. Less of the thing that we're thinking na baka may tumor, meron bukol, no? Siguro ang dapat natin gawin kasi is do a CT scan of the lower abdomen. If you want, we can do the complete whole abdomen para ma-check na rin natin yan. Then try to see kung may bato, kung may infection, o may nag-o-obstruct dyan na bukol or something else. Kasi this might cause hematuria, no? So, at least makita natin. Hematuria kasi is something as of a sign sa diagnostics natin na dapat natin hanapin kung ano ang problema. Hindi naman necessary magbibigay tayo na antibiotic unless there is infection. Okay? Mula kay Panayaman, Maine, Doc, ano po ang gamot para sa kidney stones? Depende yan sa stones mo, di ba? You have your 0.2 centimeters, less than that, pwede medical management or medical stone expulsion management. Very easy, mariresolve yan. But if your stone is 0.5 centimeters to 1.0 centimeters, you can do non-invasive treatment, laser treatments, or even the option of PCNL. Pero PCNL kasi pag medyo malaki na 1.0 centimeters. The options of operations. Operation naman natin, either you go for the conventional or traditional open, or you can go for laparoscopic or robotics. Now, pero syempre may iba gusto pa rin mga laser type of surgery. Yes, pwede natin gawin yan. Ipapasok natin lang isang laser fiber from the urethra going up kung either it's ureter or kidney stone. So, pwede yan mga management. But after that, having said that, kailangan may workup ang pasyente, urinalysis, CT scan, or kung walang CT scan, pwedeng ultrasound, KUB, and bladder. Okay? Yan. Mula kay Darlene Shanecorong. Doc, pwede po ba ang spirulina sa may thyroid problem? Basta monitored like ang TSH, T3, T4. Why not? Pwede naman makatulong yan, no? Makatulong in the sense that it regulates and improves the immune system. It regulates the flow of your endocrine system, especially your T3, T4, no? So, we can do that in the context. So, wala naman siyang restricted iodine content na pwede natin sabihin na baka dumami, no, ang intake ng iodine. So, pwede naman siya ibigay sa thyroid problem. Basta importante, nakikita natin and na-evaluate natin if there's a mass or non-mass or just hyperthyroidism or hypothyroidism. Okay? At yan ang sagot sa inyong mga katanungan. Huwag kalimutan mag-subscribe at i-click ang notification bell. Post your question in the comment box below dahil dito sa aking channel. Tanong nyo, sagot ko. Muli ako po ang inyong Twilight-friendly urologist na si Dr. Joseph Lee saying hello but never goodbye. Thank you for watching.